Hey there, and welcome back to Train Them Up. My name is Allie, and I am a homeschooling mom of one, plus 4 bonus kids, and you might be wondering what that even means. Well, I nanny for 4 other kids, and I homeschool them part-time. So on this channel, I talk all about homeschooling and many other topics, and today we are going to talk about a particular homeschool curriculum that I absolutely love, and that is Gather Round Space Unit. And we absolutely love Gather Round here. We love using their unit studies. We've done several, primarily from letters and numbers and ready to read, but we have done some of the main units. And my daughter and I, we are going to be diving into the space unit very soon, and I just made a prep video, and if you haven't watched that, please go watch that first before watching this planning video to see all the different things that I pulled from our bookshelves and the fun extras like puzzles and activities. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan out our unit study, and I'm going to show you how I do that. And the first tip that I have is you want to go through and you want to read about the curriculum. There's a note to the teacher in the very beginning, the Gather Round difference. If you're new to Gather Round, they have 6 different levels, which are pre-reader, early elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school. And I really love that there's over 9 subjects that are all covered in the unit. And this is from year 1, and year 1 simply means it was the first year that Gather Round came out, and so this is one of the very first units that was introduced to the public. And I believe Rebecca Spooner, the creator of Gather Round, is going to come back to this unit and revamp it so it matches the later years, because there have been lots of tweaks and a lot of growth in the company. And that's not to say that this curriculum is not good, because it is. It's just not as robust as year 3, for example. So just a few examples of what this will include. There's notebooking, there's science. Here, let me see if I can zoom this in for you a little bit. There's writing projects and geography. There's Bible, grammar, copy work, and spelling, social studies, history, art, all sorts of things. I'm sorry if I'm not showing that well to you. So you want to first take a look at what the curriculum is, how long does it take. So I'm going to flip this around so you can see this a little bit better instead of me trying to hold it up in the screen for you. So maybe you'll get a better picture of that. And then I will plan out the lessons and what I think we'll end up doing for that particular day. So join me as we flip through the Gather Round Space Unit. Here it is, Gather Round Space Unit Study from year 1. And there's the copyright page, and they have these really fun drawings. And then, of course, you have the note to the teacher from Rebecca Spooner. If you haven't ever read this, highly recommend reading it. Very good. Also, this is the Gather Round Difference page. I am not going to read this to you. If you would like to know more about Gather Round, feel free to leave me a comment down below or check out their website, or do both. In this particular study, if you were to do the higher level grades than just pre-reader, you would have notebooking, science, writing projects, geography, Bible, grammar, copywork and spelling, social studies, history, art. Y'all, it's all inclusive. It is so amazing. I can't recommend Gather Round enough. Also, it doesn't take very long. Half an hour to hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how old your child is. Madeline, she's only 2, so we are doing the very, very minimum here and when she wants to. Like I have mentioned before, she is absolutely obsessed with space, so I think this is going to go over really well. And I did want to point out the supplies. Generally with Gather Round, you just need your general art supplies, pen, pencil, and paper. She does recommend using an atlas or globe in this, but pretty much it's your very basic school supplies, which I really, really like. This is open and go. And a lot of people ask the question, is this enough? Since this is from year 1, and not to say that it isn't a great curriculum, because it is, just the newer units are more robust and have a lot more information, and they're told in such a way that it's very conversational and in-depth. Versus year 1. So I know Rebecca's going to come back to these in the future, but for our purposes and for most people who have done units from Gather Round have really, really enjoyed this. So this is the table of contents over here. We have the book list, supply list, lesson planner. So there are 20 lessons in this unit study, and all of the main unit studies from Gather Round are 20 lessons. There's also an appendix. So here is a lot of books, and I believe I mentioned this in my prep video, but they do not include these pages in here anymore, but you can find them on the app. I do believe they were trying to save some money in printing, and I totally understand that. I think there was also a binding issue. I'm not really sure, but some people love having them in the curriculum and other people just like having them online. So I think it's great that you can print them off if you want to, and if you don't, then you don't, and you don't have to waste the paper. Here are some extra supplies. Now, I just told you that this is open and go. Now, these are the items that are extra for various projects that you may want to do. So when I am going through and planning for our day and the lessons, I am going to look and see if we have each of these items and if it would be possible for us to even do it. Would that be something that Madeline would even be interested in, that kind of thing. So there's that, and then they have these beautiful lesson planner pages, and those are also online on their app as well. And then we get into the unit. So you have the introduction, and the graphics are absolutely gorgeous. In here, it's very well laid out. And then they have data at a glance and what is going to be happening and all the answers that you need to know for the different subjects. And some more lessons. I'm just going to kind of flip through here. Okay, so that is the end of the flip through. So next up, I am going to go through the first 4 lessons, because I like to do it in smaller chunks so I'm not overwhelmed. However, you can go about your best self and do all 20 lessons at once. I just know it's better for me to focus on the near future than planning out all 20 lessons and then get a few lessons and then she's on to something else kind of thing. So we're just going to go slow and steady. I'm going to plan out the next 4 lessons, which will start next week, and we'll just see how it goes. And I can figure out all of the different books and whatnot and activities that I think would be fun and write those down in here. And again, here are these fun planning pages. So join me as I go ahead and look through the first 4 lessons and figure out what we're going to do. Welcome back. So I now know what the curriculum contains, what to expect, and what the first 4 lessons look like after briefly going over them and the different activities. Also utilizing the amazing Gather Round app. If you don't have it, highly recommend downloading it. The link is down below for you. The resources are absolutely phenomenal, and especially since this unit is from year 1, the first year that Gather Round was around, this was the 3rd unit to come out after, I believe, North American Birds, and then there was another one. And then Space came out, and it is really, really, really good. And I love the different activity breaks. As you can see, I was kind of flipping around and looking and seeing like what we needed. On the supply list here, I do like to do those extra activities, especially with everything being really hands-on and playful with Madeline. I think I have everything except for small round fruit such as grapes and blueberries. We're going up to the cabin, so our fridge is going to be completely empty. Hopefully we have some leftovers to finish up today before we go. But those are some things that I'm going to need to purchase, which you saw me jot down in the amazing planning pages under the shopping list. These are just so cute. So cute. And then in the lesson planner, I went ahead and planned out the 4 lessons of what I would like to do for each of those. And do want to mention that the lessons go 1 and then 2. If you didn't notice, I totally made a mistake and I was going 1 and 2, and then I realized it really quick, so started writing galaxies and the solar system's over here. So these are just some really quick things that I want to make sure we cover, and some ideas that I liked from the app. With there being so many resources on the app, it's tempting for me to do all the things because I love learning. But this is mainly for my daughter because she's interested in space, and I want it to be fun for her, and fun for a 2-year-old means lots of music and dancing and stories and playing and arts and crafts. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. And then I'm sure you guys probably noticed that I was taking a quick peek at the different activity breaks in here, and they have like these spotlights in here where there's just interesting information. So depending on what we are using for the day, like in terms of art supplies, we might try and do those extended activities as well. The activity break and the extension activity are 2 completely separate things. So in lesson 1 here, the activity break says, take a few minutes to look at some of the pictures astronomers have been able to capture using technology, searching for pictures of space or Hubble telescope pictures. And there's a new telescope out there where they took a picture of the same galaxies that Hubble took, I don't know, 20 some years ago, and the pictures are so crystal clear and amazing, and it literally just makes you want to worship God because we are so small and He's so big and so incredible. The galaxy, the number of galaxies in that one little area is just amazing. Taking a little activity break to look at some pictures, I think that's a great idea. And then for the extension activity, those are in the back of the lesson. So those are usually the very last thing that is mentioned in the Gather Around curriculum across all of the years. So for this particular lesson, it's as a family, research different models that you can build of the solar system and choose one that best fits your family's needs. These models can be as simple as using a long piece of wax paper to draw in the solar system, or you can choose to go more in depth with modeling clay or paper mache, all sorts of different things. So we will be doing a model, nothing too crazy because Madeline's 2, but it'll be a really fun activity to build our solar system. It will be so much fun. So I think that would be really neat at the end of each lesson to represent this is the completion of what we're doing, and then we can transition to a different activity then. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, flip through, and plan with me of the space unit from Gather Around. I can't wait to get into this unit and to share what we liked about it at the end. Y'all have an awesome rest of the day, and I will see you later. Bye.